Hey, what's good, people? This your boy Cincy, aka Mr. Good Vibes, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. As a matter of fact, if you believe this is the best page on YouTube that provides the best plays when it comes to Forex, when it comes to stocks, when it comes to crypto, matter of fact, please do like, share, and subscribe. And I thank you all for all my new subscribers. I believe we are currently getting close to that 200 mark, and I'm trying to see if we can hit that 500 subs by December. But I pray the Lord Almighty will help me. But before I continue, how are you doing? How is your health? How's your life? How's your family? How's everything going? I pray the Lord Almighty will continue to protect and guide you in this your trading journey as you go. Now, with that being said, today I'm going to be talking about my small account challenge. And in this small account challenge, I deposited $1,500 for those of you who don't know on the 25th of October. And I'm going to be trading this for 30 days. And today is actually day 28. So we got 3 more days to go, and we're going to see exactly where we are. Now, this account is currently up at least, I believe, about 300%, maybe over 300%. And we're going to see where we can get it to in the next 30 days. Now, the reason why I like this account is because this account is also talking about one of the biggest elephants in the room right now, and that is cryptocurrency. A lot of people are talking about cryptocurrency, and that is why I'm able to diversify my portfolio into cryptocurrency as I'm shifting a little bit away from the Forex market and also shifting a little bit away from the stock market as well, as I believe those markets are not necessarily showing me a lot of high volume right now. Most of those volumes are actually going into crypto, and you already know why this is happening. That's because of the incoming Trump administration. These guys are crypto savvy, they are pro crypto, they love crypto. Matter of fact, they even named a department in the government after the famous Memecoin, Dogecoin. So you can tell all these moves that they are making. And I'm hearing that they're going to be having a crypto staff, somebody in the White House. So again, they're making a lot of moves that is definitely going to push crypto. But now, this is the thing: if you're going to be trading crypto, you also have to be very, very smart. Look for places where you can find opportunity. Now, don't get me wrong, Bitcoin is still very, very important, right? And I'll tell you why Bitcoin is very, very important. But if you want to make some money in this market, you have to be very, very patient. You have to be disciplined. You also have to play it smart. Do not follow the crowd. As you guys can tell, there was a lot of noise about Ripple with I think it was JPM releasing an ETF that's supposed to back Ripple, and that news kind of like skyrocketed the Ripple coin to a very, very high level. It did about 89% this week, as you can see on my screen. And now that's the thing: you don't want to chase the euphoria. You want to be able to spot where opportunities are, and one of the best places to look for this kind of opportunities is to come to cryptobubbles.net, right? Cryptobubbles.net. And the best way I normally do it is to first look at the market cap, and I go to the week. And you can see for the week, Edera is actually up 152. IOTA is actually one of the coins that I played in my small account challenges, up 142%. But I'm not worried about the ones that are skyrocketing. Look at XRP. I'm not worried about that. The ones that I'm worried about is this ones. This is the ones I want to pay attention to. The ones that have dipped a little bit more than they're supposed to. So I also want to look for the ones that are more popular by the number, right? Look at that number 5, Solana. Solana is the guy that I want to watch right now. So I want to watch Solana right now. So like I said, let's quickly go back to the small account challenge. And you can see on the screen, I deposited $1,500 in this account on the 25th of October. As you can see, we're currently up 5,468, which is about 250%, I believe. And the current profit and loss, which is a live profit and loss, is up $1,200. And the equity balance is kind of like the live balance. And that's when you had the profit and loss, live profit and loss with the actual balance. And you get this number, which is about 6,600. And this is giving us over 300% in return in just less than 30 days. Again, if I can do it, you can definitely do it. But now, before I proceed, let's look at some of the closed positions and some of the positions that I took. So you can see, like I said, I am very, very, very crypto right now. I tend to diversify because of my algorithm. My algorithm allows me to be able to jump from one instrument to the other. So I trade crypto, I trade stocks, I trade Forex, and I also trade oil. I trade oil commodities, and I trade metals as well. So again, I have a lot of markets that I can jump in and out from. But crypto is currently up. That's why I'm trading crypto. So like I said, I also trade indices as well. So you can see on this one, I traded the NAS 100 yesterday. It made me some good money, about almost $600 on that one. You can see IOTA made me some good money. You can see Ripple ATH, I'm very, very heavy on Ethereum. Now, before I move forward, let me tell you why I'm heavy on Ethereum and why a lot of people should take Ethereum serious. Now, if I was to come to my asset class, when I come to my top asset class by market cap, as you can see on the screen, right? As you can see on the screen, you can see gold is number 1, right? Now, Bitcoin is number 7. Guess there are only 2 coins that are on this list, and guess the second one. The second one is Ethereum. You can see Ethereum is actually number 26. If you scroll all the way down to number 100, you're not going to find any other cryptocurrency on this list. So you can see Bitcoin and Ethereum are top 2 cryptocurrencies in top assets by market cap. Now, it's fair to say that Bitcoin one day will definitely well, not fair. There's a lot of rumors that Bitcoin one day would replace gold, as the top market cap, but that is a long time from now. And the reason is because if you look at the market cap for gold, it's 17.8, and you can see Bitcoin is 1.8. So that is like almost like 15, 17x, so that's a lot of move. Bitcoin has to be trading around that $1 million for us to even be thinking about that. So, but now think about that. So that's telling me that it's not yet too late to get into this Bitcoin game. Now, again, Ethereum is number 26, so there's a lot of money in Ethereum. That's why I'm looking at Ethereum. And one day, I believe even before the Trump's administration is over, Bitcoin, it's fair to say that Bitcoin is definitely going to surpass Apple, or at least maybe Nvidia, or one of these, top FANG stocks, because the FANG companies are the ones that are topping this market cap with respect to anything that's less than gold, right? So now, with that being said, let's go back to the account again. Like I said, I've been trading, I'm very, very heavy on Ethereum, and obviously took some profit from BTC, from Bitcoin, and Solana is also another one that I really like. Like I said, I trade metals. You can see I lost quite a few money on metals, on gold, and you can see I do have Forex plays in there that are also embedded in this position. So now let's look at some live positions. Actually, before I do, let's quickly take a look at the balance and see how we've been operating and lately. Let's see if I can get this to pop up. Something is off here. Let me see those positions. I think my screen just froze. 1 second. Here we go. So you can see before I start, so for today, I've not really made much today. You can see for this week, we've made about $1,300, so that's pretty good. And for this month, we're up 2,200. We're just starting this month, so you can see that that's a lot of good money. For the year, we made about $5,000 in the account, so that's good. And also you can see overall we've made, like I said, $5,167. So you can see this account is moving in a very, 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 very good way. And if you look at the live positions that I'm currently looking at, you can see that I'm very, very heavy currently on Solana right now. As a matter of fact, I just took a US30 position, which is also making me some decent money. You can see I'm maybe on Solana, and you can see how I slowly build up my positions on 0.1, 0.1, 0.1, 0.1, 0.1, 0.1. And the reason why I do that is because you don't want to just throw all your money in there when you see the position. As a matter of fact, when I saw Solana the first time, it was trading at that 260 level. I thought that was a little bit too high for me. So I was like, I'm going to wait for Solana to pull back. And I started dollar cost averaging at around that 240 area. And from there, I've been dollar cost averaging all the way to 215, which was, I think, the low for today. But don't let me blab too much. Let me quickly jump back into my chart and show you guys why I currently like Solana and why I like Ethereum. But before I jump into that, let's talk about Bitcoin. It's very fair to talk about Bitcoin. What's going on with Bitcoin? So for those of you who have been following me, this is what my chart looks like. I'm looking at Bitcoin. So you can see Bitcoin actually did find support at this I believe 93,461 level, and that's because that support level was acting as a resistance. So you can see at some point here we got a rejection on this level at one point in the future, but then again we broke that resistance, and now this is a new resistance, and now you can see Bitcoin is pulling back down to that old resistance level acting as a support. Now, so is this a good place to buy Bitcoin? Well, it could be a good place to buy as I believe we're still going to get to that 100k level. But one thing you also have to notice on my chart is that I always look for what I call a buy pocket, and the buy pocket is always going to be between the yellow moving average and the green moving average, which is one of my primary indicators that typically go on the chart, right? And you can see I have a green arrow and I have a B sign. That is also telling me that the Bitcoin trend is still very strong and it's going to the upside. And meanwhile, this is a weekly candle, so I typically look at a weekly candle daily sometimes, and also 4-hour candles for my potential entries. So you can see Bitcoin was it's currently trading above the moving average. That's what we want to see whenever we're trading above the moving average. And you can see Bitcoin, I was actually a buyer of Bitcoin around that 68,000 level. That was when I started buying Bitcoin, because that was when I saw my confirmation in alignment with what was on the primary indicators and with respect to what was the secondary indicators that are below the chart. So the secondary indicators are the ones below the chart, and you can see how does this interpret. And the way you interpret is, if I have two lines, this is what I call a two-line cross, and you can see the green line and the red line. So if the green line is above the red, then that is a buy. If you have a red above the green, that will be more of a sell. So you can see we have a buy here correlating with this B sign. So there's a match right there. I like that. The second thing you want to look at is this zero line cross. You can see the white line is the zero line and the green line is your signal line. All you need to know is that if your signal line is above the zero line, then that is more of a buy or a bullish signal. So you have two checks right there. The next one is this very simple, easy to use. If you go from a red color to green, and that is a buy. If you go from green to red, then that's going to be more of a sell. Very simple, no more, no less. And this one is more of a zero line cross, very similar to the last one, but the way this works is you find your signal line between the upper and the middle line, and that is a buy or a bullish signal. But if you find your signal line between the zero and the lower level, then that's going to be more of a sell. Or you can see maybe a positive or a negative number that will determine if you're bullish or if you're bearish. So I like this because we're currently positive, and that's telling me that that's in alignment with what we see on the primary indicator, which is a buy. And the final one is my two-line cross, and that's because we're seeing this crossover right there. Look at that, that's a nice crossover. So if it was a sell, you will see more of a green crossover, which is green greater than the green, sorry, which is red greater than the green. If it's a buy, you will see the green go over the red. So this is more of a buy signal, and this is going to be more of a sell signal. So you can see the green greater than the red with a huge separation. It's telling me that BTC is still definitely a good buy signal, and this support might be a good place to start buying. This 93. So this your buy zone would be between 93,784 and that 87 level. Now I do not want this candle to close anywhere below this moving average as time goes by, because I only wanted to use it as a support. I do not want it to close below this moving average. Now, like I said, I'm going to be talking about other stable coins today, and one of them is Ethereum. So let's take a look at Ethereum real quick. I'm not going to waste too much time on that, as I have a lot to cover. I like Ethereum. Ethereum is down 2% today, so you can see Ethereum, however, is also showing very, very nice bullish trend. You can see I have my B sign and my green arrow to the upside. You can see the price is above my moving average. You can see the yellow moving average is above the green moving average. Now I can see also there was a resistance here at one point in the past. You can see how we went up here, then we fell all the way down, and that's why I put this line here as a resistance. And what you see is that Ethereum broke past that line, that resistance line, and now we're pulling back to that resistance, now acting as a support. I believe that was a good place for me to add more to my Ethereum, as I believe Ethereum is definitely one of the cryptocurrencies you want to watch. As you can see, I showed you already that it's one of the top assets market cap in the world, not just cryptocurrency. I'm talking about market cap wise on a global scale. So it's definitely up there. So it's definitely one you want to watch, not a guy you want to play with. Now I want to look, let's take a look at Doji. I like Doji. You can see Doji moved up too much. You know, I've been waiting for a pullback, and we found a pullback to my first moving average, and it seems like I was about, so it moved down to this moving average, so I was a buyer right there. But I'm also waiting for Doji to fall back into my buy pocket, and I'll continue to add into that position as I like Doji to the upside in the near future. And if you look at the secondary indicators, you can see that they look pretty good, and that's a buy signal. You can see that's also a buy signal, and also that is a buy signal. Now let's take a look at one more stable coin that I like very, very much, and I'm very, very, very heavy on this guy. As a matter of fact, if this guy performs or does pretty well, I believe my account is definitely going to go, you know, to the moon, like they say. Anyways, the reason why I like Solana is very, very simple. You can see my primary indicators, again, buy and green are indicating a buy. Now here's the thing. Solana went as high as 263. Like I said, I was not a buyer right there. I started becoming a buyer when we first touched this moving average. I like to buy on these moving averages, as I like to use them as my support level. So I was a buyer around that 22, and again I started buying around that 230 level. And you can see as we dropped this morning down to this green moving average, that was definitely the perfect place to actually add the most I actually wanted to do, because I believe that was where we're going to find the main support. So you always have to look for ranges of what I call a buy range or buy range, so that way you can continue to dollar cost average, so that way you're not just buying everything at once from the get-go or the first day that you open your position. So I was a buyer of Solana at 315. If you look at the secondary indicators below, you can see this is a buy, that's a buy, that's a buy, that looks like that is a buy signal, and that is definitely a buy signal. So you can see a lot of alignment with the primary indicator and the secondary indicator. Now let's look at two meme coins that I've been talking about. I also spoke about two meme coins because, again, you want to be able to diversify your portfolio when it comes to this crypto game. Now the first one you want to look at is Shiba. If you look at Shiba, one thing I noticed about Shiba, if you zoom out, is that Shiba has a trend line that it needs to break. This trend line touched all this, these peaks. You see, it needs to break this peak. If you can break this trend line, then we're definitely going to have this good move, this 190% move to the upside. But until then, I don't think anything's going to happen. But this is definitely not the time for you to fold your arms and chase Ripple. This is a time for you to start looking, maybe to look. Well, that's what I'm doing though. I'm accumulating more Shiba because, again, I have my B sign and my green arrow. It's definitely a buy. It's above my moving average. The yellow is above the green moving average. I found some support right here at that moving average level. I like that. And if you look down at the secondary indicators, you can see that's a buy, that's a buy, that's a buy, that's a buy, that's a buy. And that is definitely looking good for Shiba. Now, the next one I want to talk about is Pepe Coin. Pepe Coin, where is Pepe, or Pepe the pig, or Pepe the frog, sorry. Pepe the frog. You can see Pepe Coin is doing something very similar to Shiba, right? And now what you see is that Pepe Coin is also showing me a green arrow and a B sign. And you can see that the price has been trending above this moving average. You can see the yellow is above the green. That is definitely what we want to see. And you can see Pepe Coin is currently finding support on this moving average on this weekly candle. I like that. So well, that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be adding more to my Pepe, as I believe Pepe will definitely be bouncing back to this resistance level. And once we break this resistance level, then we're definitely going to be making that move. And if you look at the secondary indicators down below, you can see that this is definitely a buy signal, definitely a buy signal, definitely a buy signal, definitely a buy signal, and definitely a buy signal. Again, like I said, I do not want this candle to trend or close below this green moving average, as that's definitely my last final support. Now, what am I looking at? So like I said, the account finished talking about cryptocurrencies that I'm trading. I just want to talk about one more thing, which is indices. Like I said, I'm very, very flexible. Let's just look at some indices that I'm looking at. Which one is US 30 and how I actually scalped US 30 this morning. You can see US 30 currently, I actually opened a tiny position. You can see I'm actually up with $164 already, and this is actually how I scalped this. It's because I found US 30, and again, it's very easy to use support and resistance. You can see this was a former resistance, because you can see this particular weekly candle went to this top and fell all the way back down before we actually broke it on this weekly candle. But now guess what, this resistance is now acting as a support, as I saw the Dow fall a little bit further down to that level. I picked it up from that level because we still have our B sign and our green arrow to the upside. You can see that the yellow moving average is above the green. That is definitely telling me that the Dow is still definitely super bullish. And if you look down below, what you will see is that, look at this, I actually have to zoom into this one so you guys can see. You can see that was at one point looking a little bit bearish, but it corrected itself. You can see that's that crossover right there. It is not looking bullish. This is actually one of the reasons why I actually bought that dip. I was actually confused that I was going to buy that dip. So you can see the signal line is actually above the zero line. So that is definitely a super bullish trend. And now look at another thing that I like again. It's going from red to green. I like that. I'm going from red to green. So that's definitely a bullish signal. And you can see the signal line is definitely between the upper and the middle level. And for the last one, you can see that my twin line cross has definitely been holding that green over the red, indicating more of a buy situation in this case. So you can see, with all this being said, this is definitely how I consider my positions in my small account challenge. And the goal is to continue to grow this for the next 3 to 4 days and see where we are at the end of the 30 days challenge. And I will decide if I want to continue or if I want to discontinue the challenge and maybe try another amount. Like I said, I love these challenges. I just want to show you guys that it doesn't take too much for you to be profitable in this market. But like I said, you still have to be very, very disciplined. You need to have a plan. You need to stick to your plan. Make sure you're avoiding all the noise. And yes, again, especially with cryptocurrency right now, so many people are busy chasing Ripple and all these things that I've already done 5 3, 4, 5x when we have more important positions that you can actually take that are falling back. Use these things as your resources. CryptoBubbles.net, very good place to find discounted coins to buy. And again, stay diligent, just keep working, keep praying, and I pray the Lord Almighty will protect you and protect your trades in the mighty name of Jesus. Again, this is your boy Cincy, aka Mr. Good Vibes, and let's make some small money together, even if it's just a little.